Feels bad, man. Net's being really bad right now. That was internet crashing again. Or not. It wasn't crashing. It was internet dropping out again. Feels terrible. I mean, one of the things I've really liked about Oshkosh since I moved up here has been the really stable internet connection. Feels bad to get this. Raid ticker's gone. Why is the fucking raid ticker gone? It's very interesting. Very interesting. We're so fucking close, too. Why would that suddenly stop showing? Well, I guess I can get the URL again and then re-update the setting. It's kind of weird that that would be the case. Nothing is more fun than technical issues, truly. Every day I wake up thinking, I hope I get some exciting technical issues today. It'd be too much fun if I didn't. By the way, we might win this run, getting to level 3 here. Or at least get to the boss at full health. Which is kind of exciting. 1280 by 720. 1280 by 720. Yeah, don't know why the one isn't showing, but the duplicate is, but I can get that set up. We're very close. Why that is. Thanks, guys. Alright, let me update the text. For whatever reason this is being a pain, but let's fix that. Alright. If we hit 137, we'll stay until 6. If we hit 150, we'll stay until 6:30. Yeah? Super close. Alright. Alright, so where are we faction-wise? We have double 45% fire damage. We have 4% per 1,000 with 14k. So what even is that? 56% damage? This is a trap. Why do we have this? Need to get rid of that. Okay. Oh, it's the boss. Thank you, Rose3999 for the sub. Thanks, guys, for continuing with the raid thingy. Isn't it above my head? No. Incoming boss. I don't know what this boss does, but I'm terrified. No, the floor is on fire. Can I just not step into the floor being on fire? Rather hard. I'm gonna be out of fucking health. Too bad. I'm never gonna get a run this good again. Fuck. I haven't fought this guy before. He doesn't seem that bad yet. He just hits really hard. How close were we? What was his percentage? That wasn't too bad. Too greedy? How was that greedy? How is greedy even related to what just happened there? We went into that with 2,400 health. I attacked as he was charging. I don't think that was greedy. Gotta hit him, dude. The longer I stay there, the more I get wrecked by his mechanics. Gotta get the damage in. That was fairly close. Alright, do we want to buy anything in the Divine Favor system? Yeah. Alright. So we're looking at 13 minutes remaining. 5 more, or did I say 5 or 4? I said 4. 4 more Raid Shadow Legends in the next 13 minutes, and I'll stay on for another hour. Is that what I agreed to? Stay on for another half hour. And then if we hit the next one. Alright. Let's go again. I think I like the... I want to change up one thing. I want to get rid of this one. So I want to add Serpent's Bounty. That one's been good. I want to add this one. Corruption's been good. I want to add that one. That one again. I said 5:30 then 6:30. That probably means something. Correct. It's making time. No, my point is, in the next 12 minutes, if we hit another 4, I will stay on for another half hour. And then if we keep that going and get the next goal, I'll stay on again. That seems reasonable, right? Fucking kidding me? I get hit by that from a failed dodge attempt at the end? Feels bad. Alright, what do we want to use? We want to use a shield because shields are OP. That's a shield. That's not a shield. 30% damage in darkness. Extra damage versus elites, champions, and bosses. Actually, it's crits and damage. think we just have to take that. Has no life link on it. So if we take this, it will clear the final boss. I want some leeching. Holy crap, these are bad rolls. It's like that's like 6 bad rolls in a row. What? Are you kidding me? That was 7 rolls for 1 lifelink? We now have a hammer. And the hammer lets us stand in front of the traps, hammering away at them. I hit him. I don't know why you turned around to not hit him. Okay. Took some damage, question mark?
A new download.
Thank you guys. I guess we take increased healing effects here. I don't actually think this is all that strong at level 2. All right. Oh, I have a hammer. Why am I hitting with that? Nobody knows. Didn't hit that. Dude, that's the worst thing about hammers, when you accidentally impact the barrel and it blows up on you. It's pretty bad. Give it to me. Give me something great. Yes, poison attack claws. Exactly what I wanted. Curse. Yep. Alright, we are 6 minutes from decision point. How close are we? 1 away for another half hour. I think we want to go here. Visions of Madness. I like this one. It's kind of a cool effect. Changes the music. I really like what they did with it, the screen, etc. for this. It's definitely an annoying curse, but it's still kind of cool to have it. Dodging does is not get hit by that shit.
A new download.
Thank you. So close. Alright. So I am on at least another half hour here. If you guys hit that final goal, the final goal of the sponsorship, I'll be on for another hour. Really appreciate the support. It literally triples the value of the sponsorship for me, from going from the base to both reach goals. So it's a huge way to support the channel for free if you guys just want to download that. Like, let somebody else pay my bills, which is great. Tried to dodge there, but it wasn't stamina. Yep, exactly. Well, it's not money. Yes, it's a way for you guys to support me for free is what I mean by that. Alright, what do we want for this? Crits heal me? Meh. Gold offerings remove corruption? Meh. 200% greed kill limit. Okay. For cheap gold, cheap gold. Almost 530 central right now. Well, we just hit the 530. Did I type it wrong on the screen? Yeah. That's right. We hit the first reach goal all the ways. Ah, Jaeger's thinking it was 40. I see. Ooh, nice plays. I really like this animation. I just want to watch it for a little bit. That's why I'm going to let myself get hit so hard.
Another one.
Thank you guys. Just definitely executed this round. Oh, maybe they're not friends. They're teammates though. Hard to guess what the evil eye blob thinks of the ghoul. I just assume they were friends. Oh, you like a degree off from hitting that guy? The attack went off in time, as it should have, but I still took the hit. Holy sugar mama. I'm interested. Tell me more. Isn't it CDT, not CSC? I asked about that. I don't know. I asked about that when I put it up on the screen. I never remember which is which. Which one did I just get? Just got enemies killed with burning explode. Well, that's awkward. Some stamina, if you could regenerate that, that'd be great. Thanks. CST is confusing you. Would you like me just to put it up there with no unit? So it could be just 5 p.m. somewhere. And then I'd have total immunity from any sort of consequences. And I'd be like, oh, you suckers, you fell for it. I told you I'd extend my stream and I just lied to you. Just aggressively lied to you, just to be a dick. Because Central Time. Standard Time, Daylight Time. Daylight Standard Central Time. Things like that. Hey, that let me jump a ledge without resetting it. I didn't think that worked that way. It's kind of great, but I didn't think it worked that way. All right, boss it is. And we are at 138, so guaranteed another half hour here, guys. Cheers. Thank you. Love to finish this up. So we're very close to doing it. Let's dodge that. Kind of annoyed he hit me. Let's hit me again. Again. Supposed to be hitting me this many times, chat? Seems like cheating. Again. Not again. That's right. Don't you forget it. These things could stop jumping in and interrupting me. That would be amazing. To see big streamers coming to play this. Why? Who's on? Anyone I know? Big streamers. I'm not a big streamer. Never been a big streamer. Sometimes I'm a medium streamer, but not right now. Right now I'm a tiny streamer. Little baby streamer. Alright, what do we have here? Clouds of Evisceration versus Seeker's Mace. Okay. Doors inflict less corruption. 71k followers, baby streamer. Yeah, I'm going to give you a tip if you're new to streaming, or perhaps are just a viewer and don't know anything about the industry. What you're looking for in reality to determine a streamer size is his average concurrent viewers. That's the metric that matters. So yep, I have a lot of followers. I've been streaming a long time. The percentage of my followers who log in regularly to watch me is quite low. Where are we going? Do we need to heal? We probably need to heal. Guilty big streamer confirmed. I'll tell my wife. I'll be like, baby, I'm a big streamer now. We did it. We made it. I'll be like, don't quit your job. But maybe tune in from time to time. Lots of people, 0 1 viewers. Yeah, but people doing well. Look, I'm happy with where I'm at with this, but I'm definitely not a big streamer. And downward comparisons like that are not particularly relevant for people doing it casually at all. Why did I switch to this weapon? Oh, I didn't. I'm just using it. Oh, shit. I'm about to die. Huh. He just stood there till he died with a scrub. Yeah. 65k waiting for Sip to come back. I don't think it's quite as bad as that, Billy, but I hear the point. I hear the point you're making. No, I did it. Oh god. I would say mistakes were made, but it was perfect play. The barrel just counterplayed really nicely. The stationary barrel snuck up on me and hit me, and I don't like it one bit. I asked it not to, but it ignored me. What? Dude, I need a weapon that does damage. Did you see me hit him when he was at 0 health and then he just stayed at 0 health? But he was still alive. You're a pro for this game? How's the pro scene? A lot of money involved? What are what's the tournaments like? Is it just speed runs? What happens when you die? Do you get stronger? To a point. As you die, you're able. You generate a resource called skulls between runs, or rather across runs. And you can use that to invest in different things, but you're limited in how many things. So it's not so much you get stronger every time. It's more like you do different things every time, potentially. Alright, so I'm still using this shit hammer for now. Which hasn't scaled in damage at all, so that's kind of an issue. No, I just hit you first. My hits interrupt you in the same way your hits interrupt me, scrub. Yeah, see how he hits me and it interrupts me? That's what I do to him. You can tell because he's interrupted all the time. That's how I kill him easily. Base damage for claws. Is this something we want? Oh, I'm getting crit heals is what I'm getting. Okay. It's questionable between this one. I don't think we're using claws. A hype train. What the fuck? The Red Nomad with the resub. Thank you for the Red Nomad. And then Kuthalis with the new sub. Welcome. And we're almost done this raid promotion. I really appreciate it. This guy just hit me again. I should parry him just for shits and giggles. He'd never expect it because no one ever parries in this game. 9 left. Indeed. So you build your gear for a specific boss or rooms at a time. No, you pick your bonuses on a run. Each run you get bonuses as you select. Oh, I spoke too soon. Isn't there a basic question points command? There is a channel point redemption for basic mechanical questions, which I will treat seriously and not troll you when you ask them. Yeah. I just got hit again. These things are annoying when you're a little buzzed. And those beers went straight to my fucking head. I don't know why. I've been drinking a fair amount of alcohol recently, but not a lot of beer. I wonder if that's related. Blow up. Okay. Talk. 1 million points for the ultimate question. Yes, it helps me determine what my ban list should look like. Chat, I'm taking a lot of damage I don't need to be taking. We either need to start healing more or I need to start playing better. I'm up for either. Awkward. Wait! Yep. Rip run. Just took way too much damage for no reason. Thank you guys. Don't have any rerolls left. Both those options sounds like solid plays. Oh no, no. We do one of those options on this channel. Are we weakening people with this fucking hammer? Charged attacks weaken enemies. Let us punish them. I really do not like this this rune. I don't think it's consistent damage at all. But I do have the feeling that we need to scale a little bit right now since I'm at half health and not doing much of anything. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. However, we're getting there. All right. Where? Really? 2 hits in a row. I mean, slightly awkward that I could have just beat them to death and not taken any damage there, but we had a surplus of health that we didn't need, right? Like 140? No? Well, at this rate, I'll never be a professional. Bad place to be on this game. No! Take the... How much corruption are we taking this run? It's incredible. It's a lot of corruption. Probably another beat. I think the way this works is we're not quite to our optimal peak yet. Right now we're in some weird zone. Pretty good runes right now. So currently this is almost as good as the one we could buy. I don't think our hammer has lifesteal though, right? It does. It just has no damage. Let's get another run. I mean, I think we're fine as we are. Fine as we are. What are we at? 143? Holy crap, that's so close. We're so close to done. Why did you just suddenly switch to your weapon? You never do that. Shit weapon at the end of Act 2. What is it? I'm so confused as to what that unit is. Okay. Okay. Where are we at? 15 minutes? 15 minutes to go 7 deep. Do I open another beer, assuming we'll get there, or do I call it a night? I probably open another beer. All right. I'm going to go grab one more drink. We're going to go another run. We're going to go from there. We'll be back in just a second. Chat says, your progress makes me feel better about mine. Oh, I'm glad I'm here to prop up your fragile ego. It's good. It's good. All right. In we go. 6 to go. 6 to go. 10 minutes, 6 to go. Stay on another half hour. Kind of want to do an AMA too. So if we get to another 6, I'll do an AMA. I'll do an AMA for a little bit too. If you guys have questions like, how did you get so good at this game? How many hours a week do you practice? Things like that. I could probably answer them. I'll answer personal questions too, but I mean, I just assume you'd be asking about the incredible gameplay that you're seeing. We'll do a little virtual hangout if we get there tonight. A pandemic party, I guess. I don't know what this game is. This game's fun. But thanks. I still appreciate the sentiment as expressed. Oops. Almost spiked myself. But that would be a novice play. We don't make novice plays on this channel. All skill all of the time. Never a mistake. Iron Man all of the way. Excuse me, ghoul? It's a little buggy, this game. That's the only downside I could say of it, really. Sometimes the ghouls hit you when you clearly dodged. Can you make ranged attacks your primary attack? You can. E. I want this one. Take it! Nobu, how close are we? Cinematographic jumps there. We leapt out of harm's way at a moment's notice. Thank you. My way. Maybe you always wanted to ask the question, Filthy, how do you get your white t-shirts so white? And I'll be like, well, I have that answer. Or maybe, where can you buy t-shirts of that quality? A couple ghouls here. Did we just get hit twice by fucking ghouls? You know how much I'm so angry we're gonna get by ghouls right now. Also, I realized that I said that. Wow. Whoa, why did we kill that guy? That guy was helping. Much, just a little bit. Okay. How does one be? See, these are the types of questions I could answer in that AMA if we get there today. How does one become a ghost like you? How many liters of blood does a vampire need to consume per week? I can answer these questions, but not now. First, we have to get there. Was the transformation from human to ghoul painful? Alright, what do we want? No single source can deal more than 10%. Okay, it helps for bad. If you're bad, it really helps. So, I mean, we could do it just to help the viewers here. All corrupts when a curse is lifted. We're going to trigger a curse in a second. 8 to our highest attribute for like 1 gold. Sold.
A new warrior.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. You guys have been really great about this as a community. This is the second time we've done promoting this particular game, and our community has both times gone all the way for me. So I mean, I guess we're not there quite yet, but 3 away, I assume we will. I really appreciate that. Do you guys find it amusing how betrayed I feel every time the ghoul hits me? Because every time I'm like, are you kidding me? It never wears off. I always feel as incredulous every single time the ghoul hits me. At no point am I like, that's probably a justified hit by that ghoul. It's always like, no. There's no way that ghoul hit me. That ghoul is cheating 100% of the time. I'm going to get this guy banned. Kicked out of the group. These are questions I will answer in the AMA and 2.5 more people. Shit talking the viewers that give me free money. How is that shit talking? What do we want here? We want to reroll. Huh. 30% damage against poison targets, but it doesn't poison. 20% against uninjured. 30% against in darkness. 3% per perception. I mean, it's a lot of stats. It's just not very useful for us. Keep trying to get me to get these shitty cursed weapons. Scaling off Dex, of which we have none, deals poison damage, extra damage against elites, 30% damage in the darkness. That's pretty good. It doesn't have any healing stats on it. The awkward feeling. I hit 141. Yeah, I'd have to take off. I'd have to take back all the kind things I've said about my community over 6 years because of one sponsorship. I'd have to do it. I mean, that would only be reasonable. I wouldn't want to, but either force my hand. I'm over here, ghoul. You didn't even know, did you? Fucking ghoul. I was just trying to get the dex thing, and you thought I was going for the ghoul, but I wasn't. Wait, what did I buy? I thought I bought something that did extra damage to a poison target. No, it's poison attacks. Okay. Fucking ghoul. Out of nowhere. Ghoul charges me 8 screens away. Gets the damage in, thinks he's the greatest thing from fucking sliced bread. Fucking ghoul. Oh, nice combo. What are you doing? Just hit the guy I dove at. I mean, clearly that's what I intended, but no, I had two plans there. This was plan B. Plan A was to get him with the claw. If I hit anyone in that room, I hit the barrels. I set the fuse that lit the match on fire. Alright, we got a curse. Let's see what the curse is. The curse is curse of 147. The curse is the shitty dodge curse. That means I lose up my vision every time I dodge. Fuck! That was my fault, not the ghoul's fault. It just hit me for 40 corruption. I guess I wanted that second curse. I didn't even know.
A new download.
Ooh, getting close. You can shoot me while I'm hitting you.
We've got incoming.
would say that fight was on a scale of 1. Well, I'll give you the number first, then I'll give you the scale. I'd say the fight was a solid 9. Solid 9. Scale 1 to 100. I just removed the wrong one. Fuck. Oh well. We're in quite the dilemma. Alright, we have 149 out of 150. If we get one more, I will stay on longer. It is currently technically past the moment. I think we're probably in injury time. There was a fair number of disconnects this stream. This is fucking stoppage time, injury time. We've added 3 minutes to the clock. It's not overtime, it's injury time. Wait, how do I take this? Take his E. Wait, can I remove perception? Yeah, but it moves it all around, doesn't it? I don't really want to get 22. Wow, maybe I do want 22 con. That's interesting. If I put it in a different order, I could get more gold. I think I like con. Got another 100 viewers. Must have been someone, must have been a real large streamer logging off without saying anything, without hosting me directly, but then getting auto-hosted. Happens all the time in FTK. Alright, we really need a new weapon that doesn't suck ass. I'm considering buying one. Seems like a reasonable idea. Takes more than 3 minutes. I'll fudge it slightly. We are 1 away, chat. I'm supporting Filthy financially for free from y'all, and then he can shut the fuck up about it. So if you've been loyally logging on and helping out, and you're kind of like, God damn it, will Filthy shut up ever? Now is your chance to get him to shut up about that and talk about other things, presumably more interesting things, although he makes no promises. I like claws because it makes you feel really badass, even though you're not really doing a lot of good things. It's like, bam! I'm everywhere! Look at me, lunging around. Unstoppable, like a fucking dominator. Look at this. No one can touch me. Now all I'm doing is pressing the X key, but, you know, claws. Nice kill. See how I turned away to let the poison dot tick him? Calculated. I wanted to get off the traps. Okay. Calculated. Thanks, the better Ben. Alright, we could take this. Damage based on the number of curses I have and the amount of missing HP seems pretty shit. I don't want these. These are all bad. What are we using right now? Alright, let's look at our weapons. Our weapons seem total crap. Alright, chat. I'm in a weird position because I really want to be like, you guys were awesome. You finished it off. You did it. But we're 1 away from it. And 1 out of 150 is a crazy small percentage. Can we just finish this? Can we kill it? Can we make it done? You're finishing it right now. Fuck yeah, that's what I like to hear. Nice work. Alright, good. Then I can hurry up and lose this run. We can do an AMA. We can sit and chill for a little bit. Have some good talks. This weapon is actually pretty decent. I need poison attack stats. That's what I need. Okay, I see. And what is this? This is a dumpster. Okay. Well, let's move out of the dumpster. Do some. Oh god, I wanted to get rid of this curse so badly. I hate this curse. Look at this. We're incredible. Look how fast we attack.
We did it! Unbelievable. You know, I'm so proud right now.
Alright, well, ignore the kind of corny little thing they've coded into that. And take it actually sincerely that I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for that. It really helps the value of the sponsorship, so it means that the utility of me doing this goes up a lot, which I really appreciate. Alright, do we want this? We like our stam, we like our healing. Alright, and we're gonna hurry up and lose this fucking run. We'll do a little AMA, be on for a little bit. Really appreciate finishing it off. Thanks, guys. Oh, look at that, I took a shot to the head. Why did I do that? Any incentive for 200? Nope. Nope. They capped it at 150 for me. So there's 3 tiers of it for my particular sponsorship, and we hit the top tier. Super appreciative of that.
You guys just rock.
I would never say you guys's because I respect myself as a person. But nevertheless, the sentiment is echoed. Thank you, guys. Alright, let's find poison damage. So this is poison damage and perception. But only 15%. We have 5 rerolls. Let's get better. Still 15%, but constitution. Alright, oh, +1 level weapon level is fine. And dex, that's actually pretty good for us. Securing the AMA. Now we switched our focus from that, from gold find to damage, which is super good too. So our damage just skyrocketed. The problem is we're still only healing off of greed kills, which isn't a lot of healing. And although I'm pretty much impossible to hit, there's a lot of bugs in this game. So I am getting hit. Weapon level work. I think it's just a percent increase the stats. I'm not sure how much better or worse that is than something like, for say, like 20% weapon damage. Chat help now. What? Sorry. Chat helped you. Now help chat and beat this long run. Ooh. I do my best to help chat. I actually enjoy creating useful educational content for people, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to beat this long term. 20% damage for heavy weapons is not where we want to be. This requires a skill set that is not something I'm... Wait, what? I can't leave this place? You must enjoy this place. Are we in Act 3? We're in an act. I don't think we're in Act 3. I think we're in Act 2. Are we in Act 2 or Act 3, chat? 2. Thank you, guys. All right. The combo there, and I'm going to tell you, this is a secret, so I'm not going to just tell anyone. I'm going to tell you guys because you're here supporting me. The secret to do that is XXXXX. Like this. Ready? And because you have 6 stamina pips and it only costs you 1 stamina to use that 5 times, you can do that forever. It's pretty pro tips. Hut gamer, figuring it out for you guys so you don't have to on your own. Ready? I'll show you right now. I'll show you in practice. Ready? So here's an enemy. The enemy is a ghoul. Ready? XXXX, XXXX. It even leaps you forward, so you don't even have to move. XXXX. Oh, that one hit us, but that was cheating, so just assume that's a bug. Okay, look at that. Auto parries? Fuck yeah. Alright, you ready? I'll show you the next combo. This is similar. It may sound exactly the same, but you gotta listen to the emphasis. 10% of criticals heal me. Yeah, I want that. You were close, Logan. What you should have said is the same technique will get you to all the same technique used in a search engine will get you all the best websites. See, that would have been the trick. You're a little off. You're not far off, but you're a little off. All right. Let me show you here now. So now we generate criticals off this, I believe. XXXX. Yeah, look at that. If I hold it down, we get behind him and crit them, and now we heal off crits. So we go like this, and we go, oh, I'm behind you. And we dodge because burning. Don't take that one because we're not noobs. Come down here. Google the XXX combo. Yeah. That is the way to... Oh, that doesn't seem like a place I want to be. Okay. How have I not picked up a 2-handed weapon so I can smash this shit yet? They tried to trick me, but I have the combo. Look at that. Comboing off when they're not looking. Jumping into fire part of the strategy. You think I got hit by fire? I didn't get hit by fire. I definitely navigated my way between the flames to get max DPS instead of being a pleb and backing off just because something is on fire. Commit to the kill. This is scary. Why is there so many spike traps in a row? What are they hunting? We have 31 damage modifier. And we gotta fight the boss. I actually liked claws on this boss. I may be too drunk to dodge the second half. Well, too drunk. I may have too much alcohol in me to dodge the second half of the attacks, though. We'll see. It's really hard to dodge while you're actually fucking spamming X all the time, because it just like takes away all things you do. Just doing this all the time. Oh, it's supposed to be holding down X a little bit more. Looks good. What is the next filthy get a cat stretch goal? My wife is currently... doesn't seem like a good spot to dodge to. Let's not dodge to there again. In fact, I can't see anything when I dodge. There's a pretty significant debuff when I'm dodging blindly into areas. My wife is currently deciding between a cat, a dog, and a Sprinter van. So, personally, I'm hoping for none of them. But that seems to be where she's at. I'd say we're at 15% cat fund total. Thankfully, the cat fund cannot actually increase. Just got hit by something. She's been watching too many of these travel bloggers. We're all currently home right now because they can't travel blog. 20% base damage for daggers ain't gonna help me. Okay. Alright, this is a boss check. What type of animal is a van? An inefficient, obsolete animal. Dude, I have infinite stamina with claws. Although if I dodge directly into a fireball, I guess it's a problem. No, you did not. I thought she just stun locked me into a death. Claws are fucking amazing versus this boss. Did you see how good they were there? That's because X apparently is the power key. I didn't know that. I always thought right now, up till now, that X was kind of like medium, but no. You think I parried? Let me show you a trick about parrying. See how it says right there? 25% chance to automatically trigger a parry. That's what you want on a shield. That way you never have to press the button, but you get all the benefits. 45% damage in darkness. Streamer luck, 25% is 100%. You've been watching my stream today? You've been here all day. You think that I'm 100% parrying? I am flattered, but ultimately not convinced. Scale worth anything. The X key is a powerful key. It's the X factor in this run. Watch. Never do that. That's it's like a warning shot. I just warning shotted him twice to let him know. That's right. It scales with time press. What a good response. I didn't even think about that. That's a really good response. Hit me. Cheater. I'm immune to being hit. You might think I get hit because I stand in the way of their attack abilities, but that is wrong. That is a common misconception. So crits heal me, so I should be holding more than just tapping. I'm always annoyed by claws because they always have slightly less reach than I think they ought to, so I do a lot of fucking spinning around in the middle of the space doing nothing. Like that, twice. That was an auto parry. Could have been my parry, but it wasn't. I mean, I often parry, but not then. Dude, that didn't hit him? What is this shitty fucking claw range? Wait, don't I heal off crits? I don't heal off crits, this is pointless. Greed kills. Yeah, 10% of my crit damage. Oh, but it's a claw. 10% of my crit damage is gonna be like 2. Well, I mean, 2 is better than... What is 2 better than? A lot. It's better than a lot. That's the number I was looking for. Perception? No. Base damage for spears. Fire. Health through doors. This is a lot of stats too. This is the second one I'm passing that has a 9 fucking stat on it. Perfect dodge restores more. 30% crit. 12 dex. 9 dex. Perfect dodge. Is it 218 crit? I'll believe you, chat. I'll believe you and say that 218 is okay. If it's a 218 crit, that's okay. Ah, chat, you lied to me. You just flat out fucking lied to me. I'm right here and you just thought to yourself, hey, fuck Toby. I don't need to treat him with respect and tell him the truth. I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want. I'm gonna tell him it was 218. That was 108. That's not even close to 218. $106. That's what I'm critting for. I get 10% of that. Now, to be fair, I am destroying them, but that's not because of these claws. It's because of pure skill. Look at me juke that nuke with a dodge. Holy shit. It's incredible. I haven't played console games my entire life, but here I am wrecking them. Just like this. And wrecking that trap with my face. Seems like a kind of lame spawn. Oh, he parried it. Learn to parry. I mean, I parry all the time. Granted, not everyone I'm playing, but just in life, I'm often parrying. Are you not dead yet? I feel like I've been hitting you for an extremely large portion of my life. Come closer. Come closer. Good. Cool. Oh, wait. I'm trying to dodge behind him. Okay. Claws are letting me dodge faster. I think as I drink more alcohol, my reflexes just accelerate. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. I think you have the right idea. Certainly claws allow me to show you the full extent of my reflexes, which are probably hidden by something as slow and animation locked as, say, the hammer. But here I am on the claws, able to do pretty much whatever I wish, because I get to act in the spaces between your thoughts with claws. Look at that. God blame. Down. Enemy down. Baddie down. Dodge that. Look at this. Block that one with my face so it couldn't hurt the architecture that I like so much in this stage. Dodge across these traps like they aren't even there. No idea why. Just in case. Okay, why are there 13 traps in a row here? Well, They weren't fake traps, and that's what I suspected. I thought they might be a couple fakes in there. But there weren't. Strange. Well, I mean, it's a new level. Even God gamers can get punished on a new level. RNG. Oh, that's awkward. First mistake I made tonight. Maybe today. Claws are so good at dealing with those fatties with the fucking hammers. I missed the relic. I left the relic for someone who needs it more. I didn't deny that resource to someone who was in worse shape than I was. That is charity. Please. Seems to be an awful lot of these guys with fucking hammers. God, it's so good versus them though. Just immediately teleporting behind them. We're gonna. I mean, I don't mean right now. Clearly that was inevitable. There was nothing I could do there. But I mean, in general, the ability to teleport behind a unit that does so much damage to the front is very powerful. Thank you, Solar System Wolf, for the 2 months. Welcome back. I mean, let's put the emphasis where it needs to be. We just had another subscriber resub to this channel. Let's not pay attention to what's happening on the screen for a second. Take a moment. We have a new community member. Take a second to welcome them to the channel, please. Please. DDoSing my controller. I didn't even think about that. Good call. All right, chat. Thank you for getting me to the 150 stretch goal on this this sponsorship. Really appreciate that. Let's take a minute. Let's do an AMA. I think we're out of time supposedly, but honestly, I'm just really pleased to get there today. So let's take a minute. Let's take a half hour here. Yeah, the beers went straight to my head. I think I've had only a very, very small amount of food today, and for some reason this went straight to my fucking head. This is the perfect time to do an AMA, though. I'm much more willing to talk about shit generally when I'm a little bit buzzed. So let's do that. Let's do a little bit of chatting. Here we are. We're probably done for gameplay today, so if you're here for the gameplay and you're thinking to yourself, well, how am I going to get better if Filthy stops streaming this? I apologize. The VODs are there, though. You can check those out. If you see something that is a mistake, you know, take a minute, think about it, ask some other community members, get on Discord. It's probably not a mistake. It's probably just you're not there yet. So if you're like, well, why is Filthy repeatedly tanking that corruption orb with his face? Curses are actually a resource here. Curses have a positive and a negative. So let's put that out there. Do we have some questions? Do we have some things we want to chat about tonight? How's everyone doing? Yeah, if you're seeing a mistake, you're not understanding what's happening. It's okay. Everyone's a newbie sometime. Have we completed our raid goal? We have. Do you want to leave it on stream? I could take it off stream if you want. I was just going to leave it there for the rest of today. I thought that was really, really cool of you guys to help me out with that. That was the only question anyone wanted to know. Oh, okay. OBS denying? Wait, are we not here? iShow is here. Freaking me out. Freaking me out. What do you mean, OBS denying? Thank you, Ashton, for the 26 months. Streaming for 1 hour. That's right. We just started. What was your dream job as a kid? I think I wanted to be an archaeologist. No, not archaeologist. What's the one that does dinosaurs? Might have been an archaeologist. Why does Warhammer multiplayer scare me? I'm scared at the amount of knowledge I need to be even halfway competent in that compared to the amount of playability it's going to have on my channel. Paleontologist. Yeah, that's the one. Thanks. Do I have a degree? And if so, what is it? I have a PhD in the Curse of the Dead Gods, with an emphasis on claws. The X key, essentially, is what I've been studying my entire life. I have a master's in psychology. You can check out my publications on my website, which is filthyrobot.gg. If you want to check those out, there's a screen cap of the Google Scholar search results for those, and you can pull them up there. I think I have 7 or 8 pubs right now. But it's been a long time since I've thought about that in terms of what I'm doing. My emphasis is on streaming these days. Can you ask me any questions? Any question except that question. If you were tasked with coming up with a game concept, what would my concept be? I would go with what I know. I would try to do you know the way that Blizzard did a strategy game, did a fucking RTS with Warcraft 3 or StarCraft, when everybody else had RTSs out there. They took an existing genre and made it good. I would do that. One could say you were good at pressing buttons repeatedly. Yeah. Is RimWorld royalty anything for the near future? I liked RimWorld, but I had 2 issues with it. One, it didn't seem to go anywhere after a little bit. It was kind of like, it was fun until I figured out enough to like halfway stabilize, and I didn't care anymore. And 2, it was a very low viewer game, and if you don't know this, maybe I've said it a couple times today, I'm a little concerned at my viewer counts recently. Like I'm a little scared. Like it's not that I care so much about how many viewers I have, it's that I have to make a living off this. So some part of me looks at this and goes, it's not a very high view game, and I should maybe think about something else. So I'm constantly fighting that I want to play this, or this looks interesting to me and this doesn't, versus viewer count, and it's like it's a back and forth. Am I interested in cars? If yes, what would be my dream car to own? My wife is in charge of cars in my family. Cars are something I have literally 0 interest in. I could ask her what her dream car is for me and tell you, but I don't have any knowledge or any interest particularly. What has been my favorite so far? My favorite game ever? I don't know. Crashes don't help. Yeah, I know. Switching games constantly drops viewership. Yeah, but we are so. It kind of begs a bigger question. All right, let's answer the bigger question. I'm slightly buzzed, and I'm happy to talk about this with you guys. You guys are my community, so like I like talking about this shit with you. So here's how it goes for me. I want to play the most interesting games I can possibly play, as much as I possibly can play them. All right. What's an interesting game? It's a lot of interesting games. How long are most games designed to be played for? Not all that much. How do we find them? Well, that's why we have the Ministry of Review. We have a number of volunteers who have long-term viewers of my stream who are suggesting games, and we check out a lot of games on stream. How many games have we played this month? Well, last month, April. 10, roughly? And it's not that I'm against like buckling down and playing a game longer if we find them, but my goal is to get as wide of a look at games as I possibly can. And when I find games that I like, get in depth with them. And when I find games that are kind of okay for like 10 hours, we play them 10 hours. And if we find games that are okay for 5 hours, we play them 5 hours. When we find games that are only okay for a half hour, we don't play them more than a half hour. Should you finish your term paper? Yeah, man, you really should. As shitty as it sounds. Sorry, I hate to be father filthy here, but you should. Get jumping on a new game. No, I don't want new game hype. Actually, new game hype annoys me because it fucks with the routines that I already set up. I really just want to play good games. Like, that's my job. That's what I want my job to be, rather, is playing good games. Of the Civ series games, 5, 6, or 4, what's my preference and why? I've never played 4. 6 was a pile of shit. 5 was very good. Do I read YouTube comments? Yes, although I do not make an attempt to respond to all of them. Is that it? Is that all the questions you had to ask? About anything you could ask. Drunken Filthy. In pandemic. That's all you wanted to know. Wasn't Gears a bit of a new game hype? Wasn't it on tryout? Wasn't on a tryout. No, it was on a tryout. We didn't do it on a tryout day because it was awkward in its release timing, but we did try it out. We tried it out for 2 days, and I'm unlikely to go back to that unless something changes. Do I want to get kids was one. Get them? What do you mean? What does get them mean? I feel like this is a trap question. Do you think the community support for modding Civ 5 killed developers wanting to enable modding? No. I think I sat down in a meeting with when Civ 6 was getting hyped. Firaxis flew me out to New York and let me do kind of like a pre-release version of Civ 6 and record some gameplay. And then I got stranded there from kind of an unlucky like flight getting canceled back, right? And they took pity on me and invited me out to the bigwig dinner. And it was Roomba, Quill, myself, and 2 of the PR people for Firaxis. And I was chatting with them. And, you know, I was basically like, you know, where's the Civ 5 multiplayer support? Civ 5 multiplayer is incredible, but the base game, it's really bad. Like, you know, it wouldn't take a lot to fix that next stability. It wouldn't take a lot to make this like way better than it is. Is there any chance y'all are going to devote some resources to that? And they basically told me, they said, what do you think the percentage of Civilization 5 players are who log in to multiplayer, who play multiplayer, who open multiplayer once? And I think I said 1%. And they laughed at me. They said, we won't tell you the exact numbers. But their insinuation was, it's not worth the resources because no one does it. Of their consumers who pick that up, so few of them bother with it. So no, I don't think it was the community support for modding that killed it. I think it was the vast majority of the community not wanting to play multiplayer that killed any chance of the multiplayer getting fixed. Do I have kids? Have you ever thought about having kids? I have thought about having kids, but I have no kids and I don't want kids. Why do I look so pale? I think that's racist. What's something you want to try in life but didn't get to do yet? I would like to skydive, but I'm not that worried one way or the other about skydiving. Mostly I just want to go back to doing the things that I like to do before the fucking pandemic. I would like to be back at a climbing gym and climbing regularly. I would like to be back at just a fucking gym in general so I can work out again without, I don't do very well with like home workouts. I want my workout routine to be reestablished. I would like to do a hook pull again in the not too distant future. I've been kind of like really feeling that urge. I don't know, just like life to go back to a bit more normal. What is one smell you can't stand? Smells have changed. I was not a coffee drinker for a very long period of time. And to me, coffee, weed, and skunk smelled almost identical. My wife has since got me into drinking coffee. And it's been much nicer for tolerating her as a person. So I think I might go the other way. I now enjoy the coffee scent that I did not before. Come on. Come on, what? Thank you, this... I guess that would be... Tisa Villain for the sub. Thank you. Stop bullying you. What's bullying you about that? Do I still talk to Purify and some of the other Civ 5 guys? I never had a relationship with Purify outside of Civ 5. I talk to Arvius quite a lot. I think he's the only Civ 5 guy I keep in touch with. 1%, that makes it sound like 0.5%. What, I'm sorry, I'm missing the reference. There's a YouTube video where you were presenting about streaming to a room. How did the opportunity come about? My wife started teaching at a college. The gaming club of that college asked her, she, as part of her introduction to the staff, faculty, and students there, mentioned that she had a husband who was a full-time streamer. The gaming club approached her and asked if I would be willing to talk to them, and I said yes. Hooray, I hit 150. Yeah. You miss swimming, pool, and beaches. Yeah. Yeah. Zumba on Zoom today. Don't know what that means. What's a hook pull? It's a body alteration ritual. You must join each coffee collective. E-coffee collective. Don't know what that is. Will there be more D&D on my channel anytime soon? We've been playing... That's a tough question, Bladed Tycon. I like the idea of a RPG, like a pen and paper RPG. The implementation of it, it's been harder. Recently, in the last couple months, we have quote unquote been playing GURPS which is the general something role-playing system, which is another form of kind of D&D basically, with a lot more complex rules, with myself, Jorbs, RVS, Kevin, and Kevin's wife, Katie. And Kevin's been DMing that, and that's been super great. But we started with a couple one-offs to kind of get a sense of the system and see how it was. And at the moment, we're just basically using that time period as social hour, a couple hours of social time to get together and chat. So I don't know is the answer. There's potential for it, but I don't want to promise something that we can't deliver, and I don't know. Thoughts on how this COVID pandemic is being dealt with? It's politics, man. I am a rational human being. My thoughts are, look at what the fucking data tells you and do that. And I don't think we've done that. Pronounced civilian. Ah, that makes sense. How is life in America right now? For me in Germany, it's very lame at the moment since you can't go work out or basically do anything outside. Yeah, it's a little scarier than lame here. There's been a kind of email, website, article kind of going around for years, which has basically said a large portion of Americans live paycheck to paycheck and can't afford a $500 deviance in their lifestyle, like a bill or a check or something. And we just had that disruption in life. And a large portion of Americans are now unemployed. They lost their jobs. And a large portion of Americans are being unable to do things like pay their rent or feed themselves and this type of shit. So how is life in America right now? Some parts of it are unchanged. A significant portion of people are being really affected by this fucking shitty disease. And, you know, whatever my feelings are about the middleman kind of set up with soft giving from our charity stream the other day, I really do support the idea of charities right now for people who are struggling with this shit, because it's fucked up and it's not going away anytime soon, and it's scary as hell for a lot of people. So my life is not that much changed, you know, Tommy. Both my wife and I are working from home. We haven't seen that many changes in our lives directly, besides, of course, loss of social stuff, etc. But people as a whole are in pretty rough shape over here. The interaction between you and Marbs was great. Your personalities are funny together. I like Marbs here. He was extremely helpful and nice to me when I got started. I don't interact with him very often. And I know he's doing well, but I don't know much more about that. And thank you for the sub, Shin Tommy. Yes, I've seen those sites. What are we playing on Tuesday? I'm struggling with that question, Jaeger. I'm considering Warhammer multiplayer or something totally different. Don't know yet. You imagine Kevin's a great DM. You love his humor. Kevin's a great guy, period. I think some of his humor is lost as being the DM, honestly, because he doesn't get to play the straight guy. He has to build the world. So I don't know. We go back and forth about where we want to go with that. But yeah, Kevin's a great guy. You love my D&D content? Thank you. If I ever smoked weed, did you have a good time? I'm pretty sure it's against Twitch TOS to talk about drug use of any sort. So I think I just have to abstain from the legalities of my platform. Why do you dislike Civ 6 so much? It's a bad game. Thanks, goodbye. It's my favorite question in all these AMAs. I deliberately set these AMAs up so I can try to be more open with you all. I struggle. Well, not struggle is maybe the wrong word. My personal reaction to these things tends to be keep my shit to myself. So I deliberately have a couple drinks so I feel a little bit more open, a little bit more chatty, and then open it up for AMAs like that, because it tends to make a better attempt at connection on my behalf. So what's my favorite question? I don't know. I just like that we're all fucking chilling tonight. Super appreciate you guys supporting my sponsored stream. I try to be upfront about that stuff, but I want to be... How do I say this? I like having a stream and a channel and a community, and I want to try to fulfill those responsibilities on the other end as much as I can. Put Warhammer multiplayer in a stream title 3 times now, stopping the belief, to be honest. I'm not lying to you. I put it in the title with exactly the sentiment I'm feeling about it. I'm feeling a bit intimidated about the upfront cost of learning that, a little worried about the payoff of it, and worried about how long it will take me to learn it compared to what it will actually get for utility. Love my PK episodes. Thank you, PK episodes. Appreciate it. Sorry for asking. Oh, that's okay. Like, I think I can say exactly what I said without any trouble with that. I just don't think I can comment on that directly. It's quite strange that alcohol use is not considered drug use. It is strange, but that's a social construct there. It's not a useful answer. Bad is both subjective and not all the descriptive. I guess you need to narrow the scope of your question then a little bit. It's worse than, I mean, the easiest way to define bad in that context then becomes it's worse than the other games I could be playing. The opportunity cost of playing Civilization 6 is I have to play a shitty game when I could be playing a better game. If you want specific details, you could either watch some of my videos about it, or you could ask me specifically. Are you a baseline introvert or extrovert? It depends, but personality tests say introvert. It depends on what's happening. Do you have contact with Adam from Ulta 4? I don't. We parted ways when we finished our D&D. He was going to build a world and reach back out to us, and that never kind of really happened exactly. We like did a couple one-offs, and then like the world wasn't ready, and then who knows? So no, not really. He was a really good DM though. I had a lot of fun with Adam. I can't say enough positive things about him. Are you comfortable with where you are as a streamer right now? What do you think about what do you think about off stream regarding streaming? I would like to grow as a streamer. It's a weird thing to say this, right? Like, not weird to have that sentiment, but weird to understand why. So I don't really care about the size of my stream at all. Like, yes, I guess there'd probably be some ego in the fact that, oh, I'm streaming to however many thousand people or whatever, and I probably would enjoy that to some degree. But mostly what I want to be able to do is to do this as long as I want to do this. And those have certain financial obligations that come with that, right? I need to be making a certain amount of money doing this, or I can't do this full time. So where do I feel about my stream right now? I feel like my stream has been kind of up and down with viewers, and some of it's games, and some of it's this fucking persistent PC crashing shit, and some of it's my personality, and some of it's the niche that I stream, and who the fuck knows exactly? I don't. If I had the answer, I would fix that. I would like to be larger than I am. I don't need to be a fucking mega streamer, but I would like to be larger than I am for long-term sustainability of my channel. I have a question for you. How do you feel about platforming, i.e. Joe Rogan and Alex Jones, not American? Back. It's definitely me. That was OBS, yeah. All right, what was the last question I answered in chat? I want to keep going from that. Platforming question? All right. I see your question, Matt. I'll get to it. All right. What was the platforming? Okay, platforming question about Joe Rogan. I'm a big Joe Rogan fan. I like Joe Rogan. How do I feel about platforming? It's a really complicated question. I try to keep politics in general out of my stream. I don't think it is advantageous to me as a streamer to be highly political. If I were a political streamer, that would be different, but I'm not. I'm a game streamer. I think politics ultimately detracts from what I'm presenting. They're gonna polarize chat, they're gonna move chat away from talking about the game and move chat towards talking about politics. I'm not particularly well informed. I probably shouldn't have an opinion on this shit, etc. How do I feel about platforming in general? I think Joe Rogan, I think long form podcasts are my most watched type of media at all. Maybe with the exception of Twitch. Maybe I watch more Twitch than long form podcasts, but it's pretty close. I certainly watch more long form podcasts than I do television, for example. So I think that domain, that platform as a whole is pretty damn interesting. What I think about certain people presenting, like people with large platforms promoting people they like, I think that's human nature. Do I think it's wrong? I don't think so. I think it's very reasonable to be like, hey, this is the person whose ideas I support. Let me tell you about them, and I have the platform to do it. Art plays tons of Civ 5 and also hates Civ 6. Yeah, it's a pretty common consensus among the Civ 5 multiplayer. You wanted to try streaming for a while now. Do you enjoy streaming most of the time, or does it feel like you have to? Well, I do it as a living. So I do it as a job as well as a hobby. I like it, Loxorus, to answer that. Starting streaming is a bit of a nightmare. You're moving into a very populated area of things and trying to differentiate yourself with very little discoverability. I don't want to discourage you from trying it, but I would strongly recommend you try it as a hobby before you try it as anything else. Who are my favorite devs or dev? I don't tend to track games that way. I've had very good interactions with the Darkest Dungeon devs. I really like the Urtalk dev, but those are just the devs that have been personal with me on my stream, as opposed to games that I've liked. My favorite devs are the devs that make good games, I guess, and those have not always been the same people who have been vocal with me. I tried formatting your PC. I don't remember if this has happened since I formatted my PC last. It might not be me. I'm pretty sure it's me. I think it's a CPU/OBS interaction issue. Another streamer you're watching had unexpected issues. Yep, that sucks. Matt asked, what kind of OBS am I running? Just the basic OBS Studio. Will there be any Battle Brothers in the near future? When the expansion drops, we'll play the expansion. I'm pretty burnt out on Battle Brothers besides that. Who are some of my favorite streamers to watch? I watch Croceyes. I always don't remember how to say his name. He's a large Magic the Gathering standard streamer. I don't actually like Magic the Gathering streamer, but I really like his personality, and I think he makes that game interesting. I watch Desi and Ben Stark for the limited Magic streaming. I watch Artosis for StarCraft content in the evenings. Do I watch anyone else? I watch a little bit of Jorbs, a little bit of Dolphin, a little bit of Arvius, a little bit of Celerity. But I tend to watch them pretty briefly. I like all of their personalities, but I'm not too interested in watching the games they're streaming right now. Anyone else I watch regularly? I think that's about it. Do you consider the effect the raid sponsorship might have on your viewer base? Give your friends and how chat previously reacted. I understand you want to make up your own mind, but lots of people's minds have a very set opinion. I think that if it goes like this, Jagger, it's a very similar question to channel size, right? Like, I have to make certain ends meet. If they don't meet, I can't do this. Some people call this selling out. I think this is just the reality of the business. If I were a huge streamer where it didn't matter, but even then, like, the huge streamers are not unsponsored. The huge streamers have really lucrative sponsorship deals for that, right? So maybe if I were to the point where finances didn't matter at all, then I could be like, I'm not going to do a sponsor stream. But Raid offered a very decent sponsorship. I think their product is just fine. I'm upfront about how and why I'm promoting it, and upfront about what the game is. I'm kind of not upset about that. I'm a little bothered by some of the reactions I've heard, but I don't understand them, to be clear. Like, I've been upfront about my take on that. I've been pleased with the Raid sponsorships, and I actually thought the game was going to be massively worse than the game was when I actually played it. So I was actually quite pleased with the product too. So Urtek has so much potential. I can't wait for the future iterations. Yeah, as a single dev, he does a lot of work. Raid's a crap game and you can support it. Yeah, I'm not telling you the game is good or that you have to like the game. It's a sponsored deal. Like, I'm very upfront about that. A, I'm legally required, and B, I want to be that upfront with you all. It's Croquis, maybe. Can't hurt to try Slobs. Don't want to try Streamlabs OBS. Have you ever considered intentionally changing your personality? I think I'm a low self-monitor, and I think I would find that very draining and not very rewarding. I see you streaming that from time to time, Meek Baka. Did you watch Jeff Hooglin as a Magic streamer? Is he too political? I don't watch him because he plays Standard, and I don't find him as interesting as I don't find Standard very interesting. I literally only watch one Standard player. I am familiar with him as a streamer, and I appreciate the stance he's taken with WotC. I'm still on my second beer. I finished my third. Crypt does everything with sponsorships, etc. Yeah, of course he does. It's really good money to be sponsored. And if you're at all large in this community, one of the things you do by being a large streamer is have access to really lucrative sponsorships. Raid seemed great for a mobile, just don't do mobile. Sure. I'm not trying to convince you to play the game. I'm doing a sponsored promotion. Yep, Hertuck's a one-man dev. I considered moving to another country. I tend to move where my wife gets a job these days, is how that works. I can stream from anywhere. My wife needs she's a university professor, so I go where she gets jobs. We did apply to a couple jobs across seas. None of them got back to her, so we didn't move there. You found Raid to be way more addictive than initially thought it would be. Gotta catch them all, I'm fine with that. Right. But be aware it's a microtransaction game, and you set your limits for that. If you're comfortable making a bunch of microtransactions, so be it. If you'd rather not, so be it. If you'd rather not but feel obligated to that game, maybe you shouldn't play that game. Any streams with my wife in the near future? I don't think it's fair. She has a life and a living and a existence that is independent of my stream. I bring her on once a year for our New Year's stream. I don't think it's fair to ask more of that. Yeah, Matt, it's a relatively new issue that is persisting. It only happens with OBS. It only happens with OBS. It's been happening for a couple months. I'm pretty sure it's related to a CPU, but I can't prove it. I need basically us to be out of isolation so I can go fucking to the computer store, travel somewhere, because it's going to take me offline for probably a week or so to get that fixed, bring it to the computer store and be like, hey, here's what I'm seeing, here's the symptoms, here's how you create it. I need you to run it for like a week and tell me what the fuck the problem is. AMD, which is, the support for my CPU on this, has basically said, oh, we don't think it's a problem with the CPU, but I'm pretty sure it is. And OBS has said, we don't think it's a problem with OBS, it's a problem with your CPU. And I'm not technically savvy enough to move past this point. You really appreciate your streams and the amazing content. Your streams all I watched when I was in the hospital a few times, surgeries, and I don't mind the sponsors. I'm glad to get another way to support you since I can't really afford a sub right now. Yeah, thanks for saying that, Lockstars. I think there's a lot of people who are in that mentality, right? Like, they're willing to download a game and play for 5 minutes to support a streamer, but it's not someone they can either donate to or sub to, and that's totally okay, right? At no point have we ever been like, hey, if you want to watch the stream, you gotta fucking sub, shut up or sub up, This kind of bullshit doesn't work. This is essentially free content that hopefully people find enough value in to support it, and some people can't, or either can't or don't want to, and this is another way in which they've done that. I told you, I think it was a very smart campaign from the Raid Shadow Legends people, because they're tapping an element of what they want. They think if they can get viewers, if they can get people to log into their game, they will make money off that, and they can. But it's also a way that viewers of streams can support the streamer without having to pay any real life money, which I think is really, really good. You ever feel trapped when you were almost exclusively streaming Civ 5 and you were opposed to getting locked into the game? Yeah, I definitely felt trapped in Civ 5. That's why I've spent so much time, effort, and social capital moving away from Civ 5 and establishing it as a variety streamer. Getting donated at. That's very kind. Thank you, Night Shifty, for the $5. I had fun with Raid. I get it. I get it. I know it's a microtransaction heavy free-to-play mobile game. I get it. I had fun with it. I didn't mind promoting that game. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, shit, this is a game I play all the time. But if I played mobile games, I'd probably play that one. It was fine. Like, I'm surprised. I got so much pushback from some of my friends about this. All right. Let's switch chat to fix my PC. We tried that. You tried reformatting. I don't think it's a reformatting thing. Thought about getting a cat to help grow my stream. I thought about getting a cat in case the meat supply in the US gets interrupted. Did your wife have to explain your job to people outside of Twitch a lot? Yes. All mobile games are microtransactions. That's what I think. You played it with through the last 3 hours without spending a dime? Exactly. And there might be a very finite point you can reach to, but it's still 8 or 10 hours of free fucking content. Missed a lot of the start of this conversation. I see the positive sides of this. I agree with everything you said so far. What is the negative side of this? What are people criticizing? I'm not sure what you're asking. We're just doing an AMA. The whole point is to be open and chat. Do not eat the cat. They don't taste good. I'll be the judge of that, Xanabu. Thank you very much. Are there viable alternatives to OBS? I don't think it's OBS. OBS has been a stable platform for me to stream on for 6 years now. It's only been in the last few months that the OBS has been an issue, and I don't even think it's OBS. I think it's an interaction between my CPU and OBS, and I think it's based on a flawed core on my CPU, but I can't prove it right now. Do the games that get the most views on YouTube for you also do the best for you on Twitch? YouTube is not a viable source of income for you unless you are much larger than I am on YouTube. YouTube is at best supplementary and honestly is basically a social media presence for me at this point. I don't worry about what games do good on YouTube versus what games do good on Twitch. I just generally think of which games do well for me in general and mostly when I think of in general, I think of on Twitch. Honestly, the games that do best are the games I make guide videos for, and the games I make guide videos for are the games I get passionate about. Knowing about the sponsorship deal, why are people about that? Some people really disliked the game that I was being sponsored to promote. Some people were very against. I'll come out for that. I'm just finishing up here. Some people were very against Raid Shadow Legends. All right. I think I've caught up with chat. Let me give it just 5 more minutes here. My wife has finished making dinner for me. It looks fucking delicious, but I really do appreciate you guys helping me out finishing the sponsorship. I know I'm on much later than I normally was deliberately for this, and I want to make sure I get to everyone's questions today. So if there's any other questions you all want to ask, I got a couple more minutes that I'll stick around to finish that up, and then we'll be back to our normal schedule. So if anyone has anything else they want to ask, I'm feeling open, a little buzzed, comfortable, happy with you all, really pleased how this went, and just kind of generally in a good mood. So it's a good time to ask a question. Show food. I'm not eating food here. I'm gonna go sit at the table and eat food. Based off recent media interactions, OBS has been crashing with everyone. I submitted a ticket for them, and one of their devs basically told me they don't think it's OBS. And I mean, AMD told me the same thing. AMD says, I don't think it's our CPUs. And I'm like, well, great. We're in a classic tech support problem where both sides who could possibly be at fault say it's the other person, and neither of them are willing to make any fucking compromises. So I guess it's on me to gather proof that one of them is fucking it up right now. All right, we can sit here in silence for 2 awkward minutes if you like, or we can try to finish these up. Does it give any kind of error report at all? Yeah, it does. Which I posted to the OBS forums. Do you have anything in the works, games you're already excited for? I don't tend to think of it that way. We have a pretty extensive process for getting games on the channel. You can follow that yourself by typing !filthy games. We have a huge spreadsheet with all the games I've played, all the games we're considering, all the games that we're intending to play, etc. Any interest in Mountain Blade Bannerboard? Yes, but not until it's a little bit more stable, a little bit more fleshed out. What's my favorite beer? I don't drink a lot of beer at the moment. I tend to like IPAs. I tend to like high alcohol beers. So in general, not just IPAs, like, you know, double stouts, double porters, this type of shit, right? Basically, I like a beer where I can taste the alcohol, that it's going to have a fairly hefty hit on me, and it has a lot of flavor. New software or hardware, find who's wrong. It's too difficult to do that. It's not like I haven't tried, man. I've been fucking suffering for this for a couple months now. And it's brutal. It's so bad as a streamer to be randomly disconnecting. If it was as simple as, hey, what's the software that's interacting? Maybe I could figure that out. I would have figured it out. I'm not illiterate when it comes to computers. I'm just not an expert either. Okay. So we finally have our first few 70 days. Are you ready for winter in like 2 months? I think it's closer to 4 months. All right, chat. Any final questions here? What's for dinner? Tonight is steak and what does she call it? What is the mozzarella, avocado, tomato, balsamic vinaigrette? What is that called? Caprese salad, something like that. Yeah. That's for dinner tonight. All right, ladies. All right, gentlemen. Thank you very much for being here tonight. I really appreciate the support. I'll be back Tuesday. We're probably checking out Warhammer multiplayer unless something changes massively between them. I do not stream on Monday, but we will be streaming Tuesday. You can always check my schedule at !schedule or !SC. Really appreciate the support. Had a lot of fun with Curse of the Dead Gods. I wish I was slightly better so we could see the rest of the content, but I've enjoyed the game a lot. In the meantime, have a good night. Thank you so much for being here. Let me host a friend on the way out. Oh, wait, I'm doing the ending raid stuff now. All right, I'll do the end stream stuff. All right, guys. See you Tuesday. Have a good couple days. See you soon.